Working actor. Actually a pretty good title for a movie. The world is on fire, and somehow, some of us still want to keep telling stories. It's harder to do these days, and it's even harder to say to myself, what am I striving for? To be a working actor. There's this elusive term, working actor, that I think when a lot of us think about it, we say to ourselves, oh, if I'm a working actor, it means I'm working from project to project, set to set, yada, yada, yada.
We went back to my place, yada, yada, yada. I never heard from him again.
And it's just a life full of acting, which, yes, that is the definition of a working actor. However, I feel like it's such a difficult goal to achieve. So what I want to try and do is sort of retrain the definition of the working actor. Because the truth is, a lot of us are working actors. We're constantly putting in work towards the goal of acting professionally. For me, it's very simple. I'm a working actor. What does that mean? To me, it's having a full team of reps who I know are working hard to secure me auditions. The auditions is where most of the work happens. Not only do I have a team of reps, but I am also searching for my own leads, my own auditions, my own projects. And I think that this is very important. And it's something that I've always sort of been telling people, whether it's in my friend group, whether it's just a small community of actors in an acting class, is it's not good enough to just be a good actor anymore. You can have a team of good agents, managers, PR people. You also need to be figuring out, how can I maneuver my career in as many different verticals as possible? It's kind of the advice that a lot of people will give newer actors is social media. Yes, by the act of me making this video, I'm actually listening to that advice. I'm actually just ripping the band-aid off and saying, you know what? I'm gonna make this stuff, whatever it is. For me, it's the advice that I wish somebody had told me when I first started acting. When I first started deciding, you know what, I'm gonna make this a career. And it's a career that's gonna have lots of ups and downs, lots of downs, but those ups are just so good. So what does a working actor do? They've got reps who are getting them auditions, they're getting themselves auditions, and most importantly, I'm in a constant state of pre-production. Right now I'm in the creating content phase, creating my own projects, doing something that's gonna fulfill me creatively in that way. I took a class not too long ago, an audition intensive, and I really enjoyed it. But I find for me, I don't want to be stuck in class. And this is a whole other video that I want to talk about, but I like going into classes and then just applying it. Thankfully, it was an audition class and I audition somewhat regularly. As somebody who's in the union, if I'm getting at least 1 to 2 auditions a week, I'm pretty happy. Other than that, I am in a constant state of pre-production. I always want to have 1 or 2 or 4 irons in the fire, whether it's a feature film that I'm writing or producing with somebody, a short film. I want to always have something to shoot for. And here's why. Because when you have that attitude of like, oh man, I'm really excited about this project, I can't wait to get on set, or I've got my locations locked and we're shooting this weekend, it removes some of the pressure to book an audition that you get through your agent or manager, because nothing reeks more on camera than desperation. We want to be as free, loose, and authentic to the character and the imaginary circumstances as possible. And it's really hard to do that if you're working on a tape and you're shaking and you're like, I need to book this, my agent's gonna fire me. If you have all these pressures that squeeze the desperation out of you, it comes out on camera. And so by having something that you're producing, working on, writing, by having that thing that you're focused on, it removes the need to book, which I think is so important, because I think a really strong actor is somebody who just is effortless. Is they turn on the tape, they just have this ease. They just simply are this character. And by having a project to work on, even if it's not something you'll get done this week, maybe it's a goal that you have that if you're lucky, it'll get done by the end of the year. But by having something that you're moving towards, I just think it's going to free you up. In conclusion, I'm hoping that this sort of paradigm shift helps a few of you out there, myself included. This is just as much for me, younger me, as it is for you, to just change the goalpost a little bit. Yes, we all want to be making a living, working set to set as an actor. But let's add another notch in there that we can realistically hit multiple times on our way to that goal. There's different milestones that we can hit that make us a better working actor, working writer, director, video editor, whatever it is, influencer, if that's what you really want to do. There's different milestones that you can hit simply by saying to myself, I am working towards a goal. It's not the big goal, but the next goal leads into the next, into the next, into the next, into the next, until, oh, what do you know? I'm here, right where I want to be. Until next time.